Hi, Leo. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-October 2024 love reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what I am farmless, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is I look at the past, present, and future energies between you and the main love interest. Once we get through all that, we pull some oracle cards as well with some additional insight, and after the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel that's the way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have love. So this is the equivalent of the Lovers in traditional tarot, which is the major arcana card for Gemini. So yeah, I mean, on the one hand, it could be self-explanatory, right? Saying that you might have really felt yourself falling in love with this person in the past. Could also just be saying that maybe this was someone that you originally started out as friends with, but then the feelings started to grow at that point. But yeah, it definitely looks like you saw yourself going the distance with this person in the past. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the King of Swords. So yeah, so this is actually Aquarius energy here, which is your opposite sign, which, you know, is the house of relationships for you, but it stands out to me with the artwork here. We see they have a sword that's actually broken, right? So it could just be saying that maybe when it came to communicating their feelings, that might have been an area of struggle for them. So even if they did have those feelings for you, when it actually came to communicating them, they might have felt like they fell short with that. All right, present energy on your side, we have Triumph. So this is actually the equivalent of the World in traditional tarot. So yeah, this is actually an indicator that the connection does seem to be growing, and your feelings for this person seem to be growing as well. And it could also just be saying that you've learned some karmic lessons from each other to this point. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Two of Wands. So this is Aries energy here. What always stands out to me with this deck is it looks like I just get the energy of someone encouraging another person, right? So, for example, if this person, like we said, maybe if they struggle a little bit when it comes to expressing their feelings, right? Maybe they have someone in their circle, maybe a close friend or whatever, who's trying to encourage them, right? And tell them not to beat themselves up over it, right? And if they do genuinely feel that way, to just keep showing up and being present in the connection. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Seven of Coins. So interesting to see these major arcana cards, and then in the future position see something much more minor, right? So it could just be saying on one hand that even if you do feel this way, which seems likely, right, where maybe you feel like, okay, you might start to second guess the connection a little bit, I do have a feeling that for the majority of you it would just be more of a short-term thing, you know? So I mean, even couples who've been married for years, occasionally they'll be annoyed with each other every now and again, right? So it could just be one of those things where you might feel a little bit disappointed with this person for a brief time, possibly around the time of the Taurus full moon during Scorpio season, given that this is a Taurus energy here. So yeah, for the majority of you, it'll probably be like a minor blip on the radar, but it does look like in the future you'll be feeling a little bit disappointed with them, maybe feeling like they're a little bit behind you in some way. Right, and future energy on their side, we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, so what I'm getting with this more than anything too could just be saying that they might just be moving a lot more slowly through these feelings compared to you, you know, because like we said in the past, so it's like you seemed like you were all in, and this person, even if they felt that way, just couldn't communicate it as well. Right here, you seem even more convinced, right? And then this person's just slowly having people encouraging them, like, yeah, go for it, right? And now here we see the Ace of Wands. So could just be that that's the main disconnect. You know, it's not so much that feelings aren't reciprocated, but just this person seems to be moving at a much slower speed than you are. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have Fortune. So this is actually the equivalent of the Wheel of Fortune in traditional tarot, which is a Jupiter energy. And, you know, it does make me think of the fact that we have Jupiter retrograde too, so maybe that's playing a role in this in some way, right? Where if there was progression at one point, and now you might feel like you're second guessing it, like, I don't know, right? Can I really see this going the distance? But with the artwork here, I feel like this is saying that you might get some signs and synchronicities around this connection, whether it be through music, right? Given that we see the instrument there, or through your dreams, or even just some message that seems to find you at the right moment. Looks like you will be getting some guidance on what to do around this connection. Alright, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So Virgo energy here. So yeah, this could just be saying that in general, they just take a more practical approach to things, right? This is the slowest moving in the night, so again, goes back to what I was saying, that maybe it's more so that this person tends to move at a slower speed than you are when it comes to romance. So, it's not a matter of, oh, are the feelings reciprocated? It's just that it might take them much longer to get to that point. And interestingly enough, beneath that, we do see the Four of Wands, which is more of an energy of commitment, right? So it could just be one of those things where it's just a matter of if you could be patient to let them eventually get to where you seem to have been from the beginning. But we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle card deck. And I'm going to shuffle this a bit. If I take a jumper, I'll take the jumper. But if not, I'll put the deck down and we'll cut the deck and pull a card that way. Alright, so I'll put the deck down. And we'll cut the deck and take a card that way. We'll take this one here. Let me get this out of the way. And next we'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle deck. Again, so like I said, if I get a jumper, I'll take it. If not, we'll put the deck down and pull a card that same way. Okay, so I'll put this deck down now. And we'll pull a card from this deck now. We'll take this one. And first we'll take a look at that Messages of Love card. Alright, we have Strictly Sexual. It says this connection is passionate but not enduring. Alright, if I can get that to focus, there we go. It says this connection is passionate but not enduring. So interesting there, right? Because it definitely seems like there's a deep passion on your side, but it really does seem to be a genuine deep type of passion. And then on their side, I mean, it just seems like there is a bit of detachment there, but it does seem like they are genuinely moving in that direction. So I'm not sure it's going to resonate with all of you who are dealing with this connection, but obviously it might be the case for some of you, and maybe that could even be the realization that you come to at some point, right? Where you're like, okay, maybe this feeling that I've had here is just more of a physical raw attraction to them versus actual compatibility. But let's see. All right, we have Round and Round. There's the artwork, and the number is 25. So we'll see what this has to say. All right, the relationship message says, are you wondering how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar? Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar, but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine, as you get to do things again, only differently this time, for you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. So yeah, definitely an interesting message here, right? Because turns out between that message and this here, yeah, maybe for somebody that is ultimately the realization that you might come to, right? Which is like maybe this heavy physical attraction that you're feeling might have you project these other things toward the connection, only to find out with time that, okay, no, maybe this wasn't what I thought it was, you know? Um, but for others of you, like I said, it very well could work. It just could be one of those things where this person just seems to move a lot slower than you're currently moving. And maybe there's balance to be found within that. All right. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right. Bye.